Okay, here's the next comment. Hi, my name is Polo. I just got baptized 9 months ago, but have a question. When Jesus told his disciples to get their swords, that means he told them to get the weapons. And what does that mean? Because I'm a little confused. I see, even my pastor told me that if you carry a gun to the church. So I don't understand. So can you please help me to understand this? I am a Presbyterian, thanks. Sorry, not only my pastor. I see a lot of Christians care of the guns to the church. So no robber is going to rob that church. I can see that. All right, let's look at Luke chapter 22. Luke chapter 22. All right, so let me explain right here. So here's the passage that people use to show where Jesus told them to bear arms, So here's the idea where what Christians use to show a right to bear arms or carry guns. So look at Luke chapter 22, and what you're going to notice right here is that Jesus Christ said, carry a sword. Look at verse 36. Then said he unto them, but now he that hath the purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. So notice right here that Luke chapter 24 and verse 36, Jesus Christ is telling his disciples to carry their weapons. Now obviously during that time they did not have guns. So what's their self-protection weapon? Their swords. Today, what's our self-protection weapon? It's guns. So thus we carry that idea that we have the right to bear arms. Yes, sir?
22:36.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 22. Thank you. Chapter 22, verse 36. I apologize. That shows that, see, you're looking at your Bible, right? You're studying, all right? Amen. You're not listening to your pastor like a robot. So, at Luke chapter 22, you'll notice right here that you seem to have a right to bear arms. But here's the idea. Why would Jesus tell his disciples to do that? So what is going on here? So I'll tell you what's going on, all right? The context is, where does this take place? It takes place at the Last Supper. Jesus Christ, he says this to them during the Last Supper. That's the context. The Last Supper is the context. So Jesus Christ, he preaches a sermon during the Last Supper. Now, in this sermon of the Last Supper, you know what it's all about? The context? It's New Testament. You'll see New Testament Christianity mentioned. Let's look throughout the passage here. Look at chapter 22 and verse 19. Notice they took the bread at verse 19, and Jesus said, do this in remembrance of me, right? Which we Christians do today, right? We take the Lord's Supper and bread, and we do this to remember Jesus, right? Don't New Testament Christians do verse 19? Yes, we do. So this is the context. Verse 20. Notice the cup they drink in the Last Supper. That we do that too, right? We take the cup in the Lord's Supper. New Testament Christians do that, right? Notice Jesus told them to do it, and it's the cup of the New Testament. So notice that he is speaking, he is instructing his disciples, which Christians are supposed to follow. So these are instructions to New Testament Christians, you must understand. These are instructions that New Testament Christians follow. Let's keep reading. You'll notice verse 31. The Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. Now look at this. This is interesting. So before he died on the cross, but look what happened after he died on the cross. And when thou art, what? Converted, strengthen thy brethren. What do you mean converted? Wasn't Peter already saved? What do you mean by converted? Because after Jesus died on the cross, it's New Testament Christianity. So it's something new going on here. So we know that this context is New Testament Christianity. Let's also look, notice it says, strengthen thy brethren. Peter, he was strengthening his fellow brethren, right? Did that take place Old Testament or New Testament? New Testament. So this whole idea is New Testament Christianity. See, this took place in New Testament Christianity. So when Jesus is instructing his disciples here, It's in New Testament Christian time, which will make perfect sense, because look at verse 35 through 37. Verse 35, he said unto them, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lacked ye anything? And they said, nothing. So earlier, Jesus, when he sent out his disciples, I don't know if you know that passage at Matthew or Luke, but what did he say? Don't carry a purse. Don't carry so much luggage. You'll do fine preaching. But verse 35, Jesus is saying, now you have to do it. Now you have to do it. So there's a change. Remember, he's speaking what time period? New Testament Christian. Let's keep reading. Verse 36. Then said he unto them, but now he that hath a purse, let him take it, likewise his scrip, and he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. Notice right here, Jesus is saying, now you have to take care of your money. Now you have to take care of self-protection. And the time period was what again? New Testament Christian. Now let me ask you this question. Isn't that true that New Testament Christians today have to take care of their finances and self-protection? Of course. If you don't, then why are you working in a job, okay? Why are you working in a job? And not only that, why do you believe in government police? See? And some of you actually carrying your own weapons. That's why America, which was originally founded on Christian principles, it did follow that instruction. The right to bear arms. You know why? That's how you're supposed to live. You're supposed to live taking care of your money and self-protection. Amen. That's your responsibility. Right. That's your responsibility. There are so many other people who claim to be Christians and they believe in pacifism. Look, if you do that and then somebody rapes your wife and children, then okay, God bless you. But me, I'm going to self-protect myself. Amen. That's what I'm going to do. Right. So that's why this makes sense why Jesus told them to take care of their money and the right to bear arms. Look at Luke chapter 11. Luke chapter 11. Luke chapter 11. We're going to look at verse 21. Luke chapter 11. We're going to look at verse 21. Jesus said right here that it is good. It is good for a man to have a strong and safe home. That's what Jesus said. So, Jesus says it's good to have a safe and strong home. That's what he said. So what is wrong with us taking care of our financial things, protecting ourselves, so that we can have a safe and strong home? Excuse me, safe and strong man. Excuse me, home. What do I mean by that? Whoa, that was weird. Safe and strong home. If you don't believe in this, then you should get out of this country. Why did you come to America then? Why aren't you at some third world country? You know why? You want to have a safe and strong home. That's why, okay? Right. So these silly liberals and pacifists saying, about the right to bear arms, they try to get rid of that and all that kind of stuff. Good night, nurse. And you should get out of this country for crying out loud. Why are you even here then? Why are you even here? Look at Luke chapter 11, verse 21. When a strong man armed, see that? He arms himself. Self-protection. That's what a strong man would do. When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. See that? Amen. That's a good verse. See? That's a good verse to have. Because think about this. If everyone had the right to bear arms, imagine if you were a robber. Let's say you were a robber and you wanted to rob a bank. Imagine a robber trying to be brave enough to rob a bank when he knows everyone's going to have a gun pointed at him. Yeah. See that? So that's why we do this, the right to bear arms. So there are Christians who carry guns and all that. Here's the thing. I'm not saying illegally, okay? The Bible is Romans 13. We submit to the powers that be, okay? That is very important. So as long as it's legal, okay, according to the government, then what? You can bear arms if you want to. Amen. All right? You can bear arms. Me, I have pocket knives at my house. All right? So I got nice pocket knives sent by Bible believers. I'm not saying everyone has to carry a gun around all the time. All right? But it is good. See, it is good. There's nothing wrong. That's the point. There's nothing wrong. It is good to have that.